Hello, Bert McCarty again, T. Studemeyer back at Clemson University, looking at a post goosegrass control on a golf green, in this case a MiniVerde golf green, closely mowed bermudagrass. And what we're doing today is looking at these treatments 10 days after they were applied. If you saw the earlier video, it's at 5 days. And again, this is at 10 days. And the purpose is to show you how these plots, which had a little bit of burn initially, have quickly recovered. So let's get started. Again, Bert McCarty with T. Studemeyer here at Clemson University, looking at a study where we're trying to see the turf tolerance of a MiniVerde bermudagrass closely mowed situation to some of our post-emergent herbicides. Again, these were applied 10 days ago, so you'll see a lot of recovery from the 5-day video we shot earlier. First treatment is untreated, so obviously no problems. Number 2 is Syncor at 4 ounces per acre, and it was not watered in. And when I say watered in, I mean with a 1/4 inch immediately after application. So 10 days after application, not watered in, Syncor at 4 ounces per acre. Conversely, the same treatment as far as Syncor at 4 ounces, but it was watered in with a 1/4 inch of irrigation immediately after application. Again, just like we saw in the earlier video, no problem as far as turf injury or tolerance to this particular treatment. But even the one that was not watered in has almost fully recovered. Next treatment is pilettes at a 1/4 ounce plus Syncor also at 4 ounces per acre. This again was not watered in, and again a 10 days after application. Same application with the pilettes and Syncor, but it was watered in, and again 10 days after application. Here we have a similar treatment with the pilot, but we use Syncor at 2 ounces instead of 4 ounces, and then we added tribute total at 3.2 ounces of product per acre. This was not watered in, and again this is 10 days after application. Again, same treatment, pilot, Syncor, tribute total, but it was watered in with a 1/4 inch, so you see less damage on this particular plot than the previous one. Here we went again with Syncor at 2 ounces, but we also added tribute total again at 3.2 ounces, but then dismissed south at 10 ounces per acre, and it was not watered in. Again, you see the turf is recovering, a little bit of residual burn, but almost recovered. Again, same treatment sequence with Syncor, tribute total, dismissed south, watered in with a 1/4 inch right after application, again 10 days after that application. Then the last treatment, one that certainly gave us the most burn, was Speed Zone at 5 pints per acre, and then Pilex at a 1/4 ounce per acre. And this plot was not watered in, and so being mostly foliage absorbed, it made little sense to water the plot in, because you probably sacrifice goosegrass control. Even though you still see some burn, the turf is recovering. Now this is a viable option on higher mowed bermudagrass, such as fairways or sports fields or things like that, but obviously for not a closely mowed bermudagrass situation like this. So what does all this mean? Well, again, 2 options here: water into products or not watered in. The Syncor 4 ounces watered in does a fairly good job on goosegrass, especially the smaller goosegrass. Once you get to August though, which we're in now, or September, that treatment by itself probably will not kill that mature goosegrass. So the options are to either do it twice 10 days apart, or use the next treatment, which was Syncor and pilettes, and do not water that in. Yes, you will get burned from about 3 to 7 days, or yellow into the bermudagrass, but thereafter it will recover, and that's a very good treatment on large bermudagrass. I mean large goosegrass, sorry. Last treatment I mentioned a little earlier, the Speed Zone pilettes, not really acceptable for a closely mowed bermudagrass situation, but as I mentioned earlier, on higher bermudagrass such as a fairway or sports field or whatnot, I think that's a very good option instead of just relying on the Syncor at 8 ounces per acre and watering it in, because it gives you 2 different modes of action. And so would suggest you do rotate between the Syncor as well as the Speed Zone and pilettes, again to keep resistance at bay. Again, I appreciate everybody watching this video. If you got any questions, tweet me. And again, thanks T. Studemeyer for helping with this. Thank you.